Babylon, the great mother of harlots. Who is Babylon? Or what is Babylon? The first mention of Babylon is found in the book of Genesis chapter 11, where we see the whole earth had one language and one speech. And it came to pass that as men journeyed eastward, they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. And they said, "Come, let's build a city and a tower, whose top may reach unto heaven, and let us make a name for ourselves, lest we be scattered abroad on the face of the earth." Therefore is the name of it called Babel, because the Lord did there confound the language of all the earth, and from thence did the Lord scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth. Now, let me break this down. God created Adam and Eve and placed them in the Garden of Eden, and they were supposed to work it, tend it, and from there they were supposed to get offspring who were supposed to inhabit the earth. That was God's command, that you will bear offspring and be able to inhabit the entire earth. But now, moments after the flood, an evil thought came upon a people led by Nimrod, who claimed that perhaps the flood could come and destroy them again. Therefore, they decided now to build a tower. They baked brick and killed it, and then they built a tower. What were the reasons behind the building of the tower? Number one, they said that it will enable them to stick together and not be scattered. Number two, the building of the tower was to make them a name in the history of humanity, in all generations. So they wanted a name. Therefore, they built a tower. Number three, they had one language which they didn't want to disappear, because they knew by scattering abroad, chances were that the language could disappear. Therefore, they had the unity of purpose, and they wanted to reach the heavens. Therefore, God stepped into their human planning and scattered all their plans and confounded or confused their language. Therefore, the very many languages we have are as a result of that day when God stepped in and destroyed whatever they were planning. Hence, the name became Babel, because the Lord did confuse their languages. Therefore, Babel is the root word for Babylon. And it stands for confusion. It stands for a people having one mind. It stands for a people who want to challenge God. It stands for people who want to build themselves a name. Now let's go a little bit further. King Nebuchadnezzar equally became the king of Babylon. What did he do? As we read in Daniel chapter 4. At the end of the 12 months, King Nebuchadnezzar walked in the palace of the kingdom of Babylon. Then the king spake and said, "Is not this the great Babylon that I have built for the house of the kingdom by the might of my power and for the honor of my majesty?" And the Bible continues to say, while those words were still on his lips, a voice came from heaven and said, "Your time has come. 7 times will come upon you while you live in the world." And at that moment was driven from his majesty and went to live with animals. Now, Nebuchadnezzar, because of having seen the splendor of Babylon, took it upon himself as having built it. Therefore, that is the nature of Babylon, where people want to build, where people want to be seen as having made a name, created their own glory, and been able to show their might and power. And this is the power behind Babylon. Now, in the book of Revelation, Babylon is also called a great city. And in other places also in the book of Revelation, the great city, Babylon, is also referred to as Sodom and Egypt, where our Lord was killed. Now, Babylon is also referred to as a woman. For example, Revelation 17 verse 18 says, "The woman you saw is the great city that rules over the kings of the earth." That woman is the great city figuratively called Sodom and Egypt. And that woman is drunk with the blood of all the saints from all ages who bear testimony to God. And the woman is responsible for the death of all saints, all righteous people, all prophets in all ages. Now, in Revelation 17 and verse 5, the Bible says, this title was written on her forehead. Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of all prostitutes and of all abominations of the earth. So here is a woman called Babylon. She's not only a woman, but she's a city. And at the same time, she has a title. The woman is called Babylon the Great. And she is the mother of all prostitutes and abominations of the earth. So all manner of religious prostitution, all manner of abominations of the earth are what define this woman. So she's no ordinary woman, but a symbolic woman. Now, similarly, it is said, the woman you saw is the great city that rules over kings. So all kings are ruled by this woman. She is no ordinary woman, but one that rules, a spirit that rules over all kings of the earth. And she's a mother. She has given birth to prostitutes. And also, she rules all the kings of the earth. Now, as regards Babylon and her being a great city, Revelation 18 verse 10 says, "Woo, woo, O great city, O Babylon, city of power, in 1 hour your doom has come." The city of power. Revelation 18:16 says, "Woo, woo, O great city, dressed in linen, purple and scarlet, and glittering with gold, precious stones and pearls. In 1 hour, such great wealth has been brought to ruin." So this is a city which we are told is dressed in linen, purple, scarlet, and glittering with gold. So no city, no ordinary city, dresses in clothes of this explanation. But this is now a symbolic language regarding a woman who rules over all the kings of the earth and is the mother of all Harlots. Revelation 18 verse 19 says, "Who, O great city, where all who have ships on the sea became rich through her." So she has made all people who practice business using the sea have grown rich on account of relating with this woman. In 1 hour, she has been brought to ruin. Revelation 18 verse 20 says, "With such violence, the great city Babylon will be thrown down, never to be found." So this is a great city, this is a woman, and she'll be thrown down and never be found again. Now in every city you will find all manner of activity, all kinds of businesses, all manner of promiscuity, theft, adultery, murder, music, all manner of drunkenness, magicians, false religions, etc. This is what makes a city. Having a mysterious name on her forehead is symbolic of her ruling all wicked mankind intellectually and spiritually. The term mystery means something is unexplained, that or it has its understanding shrouded in mystery, in obscurity, or in suspense. So it is hard to explain this woman here. She's mysterious. Now, what does it mean? Spiritually, she's ruling the earth. And it is hard for you to touch her. She's not tangible for you to feel her, but you can see what she's doing behind the curtains. Babylon the Great is mysterious in the sense that Babylon is a nature or a confused propensity or inclination to rebel against God. So all manner of rebellion against God is what is called Babylon. All manner of confusion in the earth against the will of God is Babylon. Nobody can get a formula of calculating how to understand who this woman is. She is a mystery. The same mystery that was found in Lucifer, the mystery of iniquity. The great city refers to the sinful nature that rules the world, which is actually confusion and apostasy. The world is just confused, and there is a woman ruling. The way Jezebel ruled Israel and confused all people in matters religion. Now, I want us also to see another thing in Revelation 11 verse 8. It says, their bodies will lie in the street of the great city, which is figuratively called Sodom and Egypt, where also their Lord was crucified. The two witnesses. Their bodies will lie in the streets of the great city. Will lie in the street, singular, of the great city. So this is a city that does not have many streets, but one street of apostasy, which is figuratively called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. So Jesus was not crucified in Egypt. He was not crucified in Sodom. But there was a power, a spiritual power of apostasy that was ruling at that time, which is the same power that was ruling in Sodom, ruling in Egypt at that time. Therefore, that force is what is referred to as Babylon. The apostasy, the wickedness, the confusion, the exaltation, the seeking of exalting the human heart above the ways of God. That is Babylon. Now, Babylon, on the other hand, is the ultimate wicked union that will be formed in Revelation 13 from verse 1 to 11. The wicked union of 7 religious systems that are blasphemous, coming together in a merger with 10 kingdoms, regional kingdoms that have already been marked out by the Club of Rome. That merger is what is called the confused Babylon, the mother that will destroy all the people of the earth who are bent on resisting the confusion within that merger. So we want to look at the other issue, that the Tower of Babel was built for these many reasons, that humanity wanted to have a common language and to do everything in a similar manner, and God destroyed that union. So Babylon in the current stage is the new world order, where nations, kings are coming together, religions are coming together, led by one that has ruled this world for 1,260 years, so that they can come together and have one religious affiliation where they'll pick all manner of theories and beliefs, spiritual beliefs from every religion, and merge them together into one religion, which every person will be required to worship. This union is out to make a name. The New World Order is Babel, is confusion. How you can bring together different religions which believe in various satanic things. You want to merge this together with Christianity, with Judaism, with Islam, Hinduism, Sikhism. You want to merge all this together into one? This must be confusion. The same confusion that existed during the building of the Tower of Babel. Why do they want to do this? They want to have one common language, the way it was during the time of Babel. That's why they call it the New World Order, where they want the world to be a global village by uniting all kings together, by uniting all religions together, and having it as a cashless society where people transact business based on a common number. This is actually Babylon the Great. Now, I want us to look at who are the stakeholders in Babylon. We want to look at who the stakeholders in Babylon are. Number one, we'll be looking at Revelation chapter 18 from verse 3. If you read Revelation 18 verse 3, it says, all the nations drank the wine of her adulteries. So all nations are players in Babylon. They are part of Babylon. In verse 3 still, the kings of the earth committed adultery with her. So apart from their nations, the kings leading those nations are a component in Babylon. Verse 3 still, merchants grew rich from her luxuries. So all merchants of the earth, there is a spirit that leads all merchants. The spirit of gain. The spirit of wanting to make quick profit using all manner of tricks. All merchants grew rich from her luxuries. Revelation 18 verse 14. All men who love the luxuries of the earth. So all leisure-loving men, all people who are out to find pleasure and leisure and luxury are part of Babylon. Verse 17. Those earning their living through the sea by their ships. All sea captains, all who bring in merchandise from very many places, anybody who is doing business on the sea is a key player in Babylon. Verse 22 of chapter 18, all musicians who entertain the world by music, all musicians are a spoke in the wheel of Babylon. Verse 24, all killers who have killed prophets and martyrs in all ages are a key spoke in the wheel of Babylon. All people who have been taken by the spirit of anger and murder, these are players in Babylon. All workmen of all trades, carpenters, masons, all people who practice any kind of workmanship, they are key players in Babylon. Verse 22 again, all millers of flour and its products are players in Babylon. Verse 23, all bridegrooms who are marrying in merriment and all brides are players in Babylon because they forget about the Lord and they all set their eyes on marrying and being married. All magicians, verse 23, who lead nations astray by their magic arts. All these are players in Babylon. Notice that Babylon has all these people. These are the stakeholders of Babylon, where you see musicians, killers, workmen, millers, bridegrooms, magicians, merchants, all men who love luxury, all kings, all nations, all leaders, all people leading war. All these are what comprises Babylon. Now the merchants, I want you to see when Babylon will be destroyed, what will happen according to Revelation chapter 18 and verse 11 to 13. The merchants of the earth will weep and mourn over her because nobody buys their cargoes anymore. So I want you to see what manner of cargo is traded in Babylon. So from Revelation chapter 18 verse 11 to 13, I want us to see the players in Babylon. First we have the merchants. The merchants will weep because nobody buys their cargo anymore. So God has taken time to explain the manner of cargo that has made all men of the earth, that have made men attach themselves to this cargo and have forgotten about God. That's the meaning of Babylon the Great. Now, we have anything that man has ever used for promotion, for prosperity, for wealth creation. Number one, cargoes of gold, silver, precious stones, pearls, fine linen, purple, silk, scarlet cloth, every sort of citron wood, articles of every kind made out of ivory, costly wood, bronze, iron, marble, cargoes of cinnamon, spice, incense, myrrh, frankincense, wine, olive oil, fine flour, wheat, cattle, sheep, horses, and horse carriages, bodies and souls of men. Those are the cargoes that comprise Babylon. The cargo that all men have used in times immemorial and have been able to forget about the Lord, because everybody wants to get part of those resources at the expense of seeking for the Lord. That is Babylon. Now, the above are basic requirements of every luxurious life which the devil has used to be able to bait men. The list includes also trade in bodies of men and also in terms of souls of men. So that is also cargo. People have traded in the psychology of men. And this is also what Babylon consists of. Now, the Bible says those who are righteous should come out of Babylon. Now, in Revelation 18 verse 4, it says, "And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues." So God bids us to come out of Babylon. What does this mean? Is it coming out of somebody or some system? Let's look at this. Apocalyptic prophecies show that there still is Babylon as the way it was during the time of that building of the Tower of Babel, the time of Nebuchadnezzar. That same spirit still exists, and God calls us out of that spirit. Now, this is what we read also in Revelation chapter 14. We see three angels flying in mid-air, having the everlasting gospel to preach to every creature. And then the Bible says, "And I saw another angel flying in mid-air, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation and kindred and tongue and people, saying with a loud voice, Fear God and give him glory, for the hour of his judgment has come, and worship him that made the heaven, the earth, the sea, and the fountains of water." And there followed another second angel, saying, "Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all the nations drink the wine of her wrath and of her fornication." So Babylon is a city that is fallen. When does this message come about? A time is coming during the 7 trumpets of God, when all people who have found luxury in the cargoes of Babylon, who have been able to be spectators in Babylon, God says they should come out because Babylon is fallen, the way Babylon in Genesis 11 fell, when God stepped in and destroyed everything. So there is a Babylon that is coming up under the New World Order that will sway the minds of people into worshipping it. And God calls people out of them, out of Babylon. And another third angel followed, saying with a loud voice, "If any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark on his forehead or on his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascended up ever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and the image, and whosoever receives the mark of his name." That is Revelation 14 from verse 6 to 11. So a message is given here, an everlasting message, that people should only worship God, not worship cargos of Babylon. They should not worship the woman and all her fornications and all her adulteries and her wine. They should run away from this woman called Babylon, the formation that is coming, and the spirit that is working upon humanity to make people move into unity and do things in one new world order. Now, some people have also mistakenly held that the Church of Rome is Babylon. This is faulty. And they have quickly called the people out of that church into their own churches that are equally structured on the same principles and are patterned after the Church of Rome. The name is the only thing that differs. The principles are the same. They then tell them that they are saved out of Babylon by joining their own churches on account of coming out of the Church of Rome. The Church of Rome is not Babylon, for every other church is Babylon if they do not follow the will of God. If they are all intoxicated with the wine of Babylon, then they become Babylon. So Babylon is not one particular church. Babylon is not a church even for that matter. Babylon is a union of humanity that comprises very many players. We've seen merchants, musicians, magicians, all workmen. We've seen all kind of millers. All these are players in Babylon. It is not about a church. Now, churches are part of Babylon. When they embrace the teachings of Babylon and forget about the sound doctrines of the Lord. Now, coming out of Babylon is also coming out of the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, which are the key components that make up Babylon. This is in 1 John chapter 2, verse 15 to 16. Love not the world, because Babylon is the world. The woman is the world. The woman is the confusion in the world. So the Bible says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. The cargos we saw. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, we saw leisure lovers in Babylon. The lust of the eye, we saw the silver and gold, ivory, spices, cinnamon, all those things that are pleasing to the eyes. And the pride of life, we saw kings and nations priding themselves in Babylon. This is not from the Father, but is of the world, which is called Babylon. Therefore, coming out of Babylon is coming out of the lust of the flesh, out of the lust of the eyes, and out of the pride of life. In other words, coming out of Babylon is coming out of idolatry, carnality, spiritual decadence, social and political and economic confusion that is now the new world order. That is the conglomeration of all players opposed to godliness. Babylon therefore becomes great when, for the first and last time, all mankind is forced into one merger of all players, led by compromised political and religious laws imposed on all mankind during the appointed time of the end. Babylon becomes great. Babylon has been existing. Babylon is a spirit. Babylon is the force that the devil uses to confuse humanity and cheat them that they can always have their own way without God. And this is what we are supposed to come out of. Out of this confusion that is Babylon, that is Babylon the Great, the mother of all harlots. All players are called harlots. And it is not about a religious organization. It is about all manner of lifestyles people live that are opposed to the will of God, where men want to exalt themselves as it happened during the building of the Tower of Babylon, where men want to make a name, where men want to seek all the wealth of the earth by killing and destroying others and reigning with all power and might. This is Babylon. Come out of her, my people, and may God bless you for understanding what Babylon is. In Jesus' name, amen.